Hello, everyone, and welcome to Let's Master English Together. I'm Brandy.
And I'm Jason. We are so glad you're here today. Welcome to our community of English learners from all around the world. Today's episode is all about how to succeed in a job interview in English. This is a huge topic, and we're going to cover everything. If today's episode is helpful, please click the like button, share it with a friend who is learning English, and subscribe to our channel. Let's master English together. Now, let's get to work.
Okay, Jason, let's start before the interview even begins. The interview truly starts the moment you walk through that front door. Let's talk about how to behave when you arrive.
The number one rule, arrive early, 10 to 15 minutes before your scheduled interview time. The night before, plan your route. Check where the office is and how long it takes to get there, allowing extra time for delays.
Arriving early shows you are organized and responsible. It also gives you time to relax and collect your thoughts. And what about what you wear?
Dress professionally, always. Even if the company has a casual culture, it's better to be slightly overdressed for a first interview. Your appearance sends a message before you say a single word. And when you walk in, be warm and polite to everyone, the receptionist, security, everyone. You never know who has influence in the hiring process.
Being kind to the receptionist matters just as much as being professional with the interviewer. When you meet the interviewer, offer a firm, confident handshake and a warm, genuine smile. Make natural eye contact, not a stare, just comfortable and engaged.
Once you sit down, sit up straight. Good posture communicates confidence. Turn your phone completely off, not on silent, completely off. A vibrating phone is still a distraction. And finally, breathe. Be yourself. The interviewer wants to meet the real you.
Perfect. Now let's get into the questions. And there is one question that almost every single interview begins with. Jason, what is it?
Tell me about yourself. This is the classic opening question, and it catches so many people off guard. Why? Because it feels so big and open. Where do you even begin?
This is not an invitation to talk about your personal life. No hobbies, no family, no weekends. This is a professional question. The best structure, past, present, and future. Talk about your experience, what you specialize in now, and what you are looking for next.
I have been working as a web designer for the past 5 years. I specialize in building clean, responsive websites that work beautifully on any device. I am passionate about combining great visual design with a seamless user experience. In my last role, I helped redesign a company's website, which increased their traffic by 35%. I am now looking for an opportunity to join a creative team where I can continue to grow.
Let me highlight the key expressions. I have been working as introduces your experience. I specialize in tells the interviewer what you do best. I am passionate about shows genuine enthusiasm. And I am now looking for shows your direction and goals. These phrases work for almost any profession. Just change the specific details.
Now, what are your main skills? This is your chance to show what you bring to the table. But Brandy, can you quickly explain the difference between hard skills and soft skills?
Of course, hard skills are your technical abilities, specific, measurable things learned through study or experience, like writing code, installing pipes, or managing a budget. Soft skills are your personal qualities, patience, communication, teamwork, and reliability. These describe how you work and interact with people. Both are important to mention.
Perfect explanation. In a strong interview answer, you want to mention both. Let's try an example for a teacher. Brandy?
My main technical skills include lesson planning, curriculum design, and effective classroom management. I am also experienced with digital learning tools. On the personal side, I am extremely patient. I believe every student learns differently. I am also a strong communicator and can break down complex concepts into simple, easy-to-understand steps.
Excellent. Now let's try a plumber. What would a plumber say?
My main technical skills include pipe installation, leak detection, drainage maintenance, and reading blueprints for both residential and commercial properties. On the personal side, I am extremely reliable. My clients know I show up on time and get the job done right. I am also a strong problem solver, which is essential when unexpected issues arise on the job.
I love both of those. Notice the phrases, my main technical skills include, and on the personal side, I am, and I am also skilled in. These three phrases give your answer a very clean, professional structure. Use them.
Now, Jason, let's talk about a question that I think is one of the most interesting and tricky ones in any interview. The interviewer might say, on a scale of 1 to 10, how do you grade yourself in... and then they name a specific skill. How do you approach this?
This question is about balance. You want to sound confident, but also humble. The key rule, never say 10. Saying 10 out of 10 suggests you believe you are perfect and have nothing left to learn. No interviewer wants to hear that.
Exactly. A rating of 8 or 9 for a skill you are strong in is the sweet spot. It says, I am very good at this, and I am still growing. Let's hear a couple of examples.
I would rate myself an 8 out of 10. I am very comfortable writing complex queries, working with large databases, and optimizing performance. SQL is something I use every day. The reason I don't say 9 or 10 is that database technologies are always evolving, and I actively take courses to stay current.
Wonderful. Now, a team manager is asked, on a scale of 1 to 10, how do you rate yourself in managing crises?
I would say an 8. I have guided my team through several serious high-pressure situations. My approach is always to stay calm, communicate clearly, and act step by step. I don't say 9 or 10 because every crisis is different, and each one teaches you something new. I always try to learn from difficult experiences. Now let's talk about two questions that almost always come one after the other. The first is, what are your strengths? Brandy, what's the most important advice for this one?
The most important advice, don't just list your strengths as single words. Always follow a strength with a short, real example that proves it. That makes your answer believable and memorable. Choose strengths that are directly relevant to the job. Here is a great example for a nurse. One of my greatest strengths is my ability to stay calm under pressure. In a hospital, situations can change in seconds, and patients need a nurse who stays focused no matter what. My 3 years in a busy emergency department really developed this in me. My second strength is compassion. I genuinely care about my patients, not just their physical health, but their emotional state too. I believe that feeling truly cared for is part of the healing process. And right after strengths, the interviewer will often ask, what are your weaknesses? And this question makes so many people panic. Jason, what is the #1 mistake people make here?
I have no weaknesses. Please never say this. It makes you sound dishonest and lacking in self-awareness. The smart strategy is to choose a real weakness that would not disqualify you from the job and show that you are actively working to improve it.
I used to be a bit of a perfectionist with fine visual details, sometimes spending extra time on things only I would notice. I have since learned to use time boxing, giving myself a set amount of time for each task. This has helped me maintain high quality while consistently delivering work on time. Now, let's talk about one of the most powerful questions in the whole interview. Why should we hire you? Jason, how do people usually get this one wrong?
Most people either go blank or give a generic answer like, I am dedicated and hardworking. Every candidate says that. You need to be specific. Think of this as your personal sales pitch. Show the interviewer exactly why you are the right solution to their problem.
Read the job description carefully and connect your experience to what they need. A sales manager could say, based on your job description, you need someone who can grow your client base. In my previous role, I designed a new outreach strategy that grew our active client list by 50% in 12 months. I also mentored a sales team of 8 people, and we exceeded our annual target by 20%. I am confident I can bring those same results to your team.
That answer uses real numbers. 50% growth, a team of 8, 20% over target. Numbers make achievements feel concrete and believable. They help you stand out from every other candidate.
All right, let's keep moving. The next question is, are you a team player? Now, this one might seem simple, but the way you answer it matters a lot.
Always say yes and immediately support it with a concrete example. For a nurse, yes, absolutely. In a hospital, teamwork is essential for patient safety. Every day, I work closely with doctors, fellow nurses, and support staff to make sure our patients receive the best possible treatment. I have always made clear communication and collaboration my top priorities. The interviewer might also ask, tell me about your last job. This is your chance to highlight your responsibilities and accomplishments. Keep it positive. A plumber could say, in my last position with Metro Plumbing Services, I handled plumbing installations and repairs for both residential and commercial properties. My supervisor regularly praised my efficiency and the quality of my work, and I built a loyal group of clients who specifically requested me by name. Following that, they will very likely ask, why did you leave your last job? And I cannot stress this enough. Never, ever say anything negative about your former employer, boss, or colleagues.
If you speak poorly about a past employer, the interviewer immediately thinks, will they talk about us this way too someday? Focus on your growth and ambitions instead. A great answer is, I learned a great deal in my previous role, and I'm very grateful for the experience. However, I feel ready for a new challenge, one where I can take on more responsibility and develop new skills. When I read about this position, it felt like exactly the right opportunity. The interviewer will often ask, where do you see yourself in 5 years? This tests your ambition and whether you plan to stay long-term. What is the key advice here, Jason?
In 5 years, I see myself as a more experienced and effective educator at this school. I'd love to have deepened my relationships with students and families, and I hope to take on additional responsibilities, such as contributing to curriculum development or mentoring newer teachers. I see a long and fulfilling journey here. Another important question, how do you handle stress? The worst answer is, I never get stressed. Nobody believes that. The interviewer wants to see that you recognize stress and deal with it in a healthy, productive way. Give a concrete, honest example.
I manage stress by preparing as thoroughly as possible. I always check my route the night before and allow extra time for delays. When I'm in a stressful situation on the road, like heavy traffic, I take slow, deep breaths, stay focused on what I can control, and keep communication open with my dispatcher. Preparation is really my best tool against stress. Now let's talk about a question that makes a lot of people uncomfortable. What are your salary expectations? Jason, what's the key strategy?
Research first. Before any interview, look up the average salary for your specific role in your city. LinkedIn, Glassdoor, and Indeed are very helpful for this. Know your range before you walk in, and always give a range, a minimum and maximum, rather than one single number, to show you are flexible.
Based on my research and my level of experience, I am looking for a salary in the range of $50,000 to $55,000 per year. My expectations are open and negotiable. I'm also interested in understanding the full compensation package. The word negotiable is very important. It shows you are open to discussion and to finding a solution that works for both sides. And finally, we arrive at the very last question of the interview. And this one is just as important as all the others. The interviewer will lean back and say, "Do you have any questions for us?" And the answer must always be yes.
If you say, "No, I think I'm fine, thank you," that is a red flag. It signals you are not genuinely curious or excited about the role. Preparing questions in advance shows you have done your research and that you are serious. And remember, this is also your chance to decide if this company is the right fit for you.
Here are 3 excellent questions to ask. First, what does a typical day look like in this role? Second, what are the opportunities for professional growth and training here? Third, how would you describe the culture of the team? These are thoughtful and professional. One important thing to avoid: do not ask about salary or vacation time. That conversation happens after they offer you the job. We have covered so much today. Let's bring it all together. Here are the key expressions from this episode. Listen carefully and write these down so you can practice them.
I have been working as, I specialize in, I am passionate about, my main technical skills include, on the personal side, I am.
I would rate myself an 8 out of 10 in. One of my greatest strengths is I learned a great deal in my previous role. I am looking for a new challenge where I am looking for a salary in the range of my expectations are negotiable.
These are your key building blocks for a successful interview in English. Practice these phrases out loud. Record yourself saying them. The more natural they feel, the more confident you will sound when it matters most, when you are sitting in that interview chair. And thank you so much for listening today. Please like, subscribe, and share this episode. You could literally help someone land their dream job. Go get that job. We believe in you. See you in the next episode. Bye for now.
Goodbye, everyone. Keep practicing every day. Even just a few minutes makes a real difference. Good luck, and we'll see you very soon. Take care.